आदाब और सत श्री अकाल। एक बार फिर से आ गया हूं मैं आप लोगों के बीच, आपका हमराज आरजे अभिनव 90.4 मेगाहर्ट्ज कम्युनिटी रेडियो ज्ञानवाणी यानी कि ज्ञान की वाणी पर दोबारा से आज लेकर आया हूं नो योर डिपार्टमेंट, और एक और अलहदा शख्सियत को लेकर आया हूं। जैसा कि आपको पता है, हर बार एक नए स्कूल से, एक नए डिपार्टमेंट से हम किसी एक फैकल्टी को लेकर आते हैं और उनसे सवाल करते हैं कुछ नए ज्वलंत मुद्दों पर। आज मेरे साथ हैं, जिनका मैं इंट्रोडक्शन आपसे करता हूं अब, मिस दीपाली खवले, जो कि असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर हैं डी.वाई. पाटिल डीम्ड टू बी यूनिवर्सिटी स्कूल ऑफ लॉ में। She has completed her master from Mumbai University in Constitutional and Administrative Law, having 8 years of experience in the field of academics, जिनसे आज हम बात करेंगे। स्पेशली डिपार्टमेंट को लेकर चंद सवाल होंगे, उनका कोई एक नया प्रोजेक्ट चल रहा है जिस पर रिसर्च कर रहे हैं, उसके बारे में हम बताएंगे, और भी इसके अलावा कई सारी बातें हम बताएंगे। मैं उनका वार्म वेलकम करता हूँ और स्पेशली उनसे कुछ सवाल पूछने की शुरुआत करता हूँ। मैम, कैसे हैं आप? गुड आफ्टरनून।
Very good afternoon. Thank you so much for inviting me here on your show. It's been a privilege and honor to be part of this beautiful show. I've been hearing from my colleagues and other students.
Sure. My pleasure, especially
Thank you so much.
you came.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Okay, जो पहला सवाल है मैम, फिर उससे ही शुरुआत करता हूँ। Kindly put some light on department.
All right. So when it comes to department, we have different departments and sections in each and every school. Okay. So when it comes to School of Law, School of Law has one of the important, the section which works from ground level, that is called as Legal Aid Committee or Legal Aid Cell.
Okay, nice.
So to start from Legal Aid Cell, how it started in the School of Law, because from the time of inception there was no Legal Aid Cell in School of Law. So it was inaugurated in the year 2023. March 20th, we inaugurated this Legal Aid Cell.
Legal Aid Cell.
And we were fortunate enough to have our, one of the esteemed, reputed personality from Thane District Court, Honorable Shri Ishwar Suryavanshi, who is the Member Secretary of District Legal Services Authority, Thane District.
Nice,
this
great.
is the authority which, works for providing legal aid to the needy people, or who are, who cannot afford legal aid or who cannot afford legal assistance.
Oh, nice, very nice.
So
a noble work.
this legal aid is all about that. So of course I'll be discussing or shedding some light on how this legal aid came into existence and
Yes.
so on and so forth.
Okay, great. Can you let us know how this Legal Aid Committee works?
Yes. So let me just go back to constitutional provisions. Okay, now as we are heading towards our constitutional day, 26th November.
Yes.
Okay, so we have directive principles for state policy. Article 39A, which says about promoting justice on the basis of equal opportunity by providing free legal aid to unaffordable section of society or poor or who are economically backward people.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Okay,
yes.
so under this article, the Indian government came up with a new enactment called as Legal Services Authority Act of 1987. So
Okay,
under
yes.
this, because of Article 39A, we have this act, Legal Services Authority Act. And under this act, we have different levels of authorities working for these poor and needy or economically backward people.
Yes.
So if I talk about national level, we have NALSA, that is National Legal Services Authority,
Okay.
which works pan-India. We have state level Legal Services Authority. If I talk about Maharashtra, it is Maharashtra State Legal Services Authority. And under every state, there are different districts altogether. So like our Navi Mumbai comes under Thane District. So we have Thane District Legal Services Authority.
Okay.
So, which is why we invited Honorable Ishwar Suryavanshi sir to inaugurate our legal aid cell. Now, how
Great.
does this legal aid committee works? This legal aid prominently when it comes to schools or institution or legal institutions, our job is to create awareness in the society. So it is just not about awareness about your fundamental rights, but how to execute those fundamental rights.
Oh, yes, definitely.
If I'm if I'm an aggrieved person or I'm affected party, और अगर मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है जहाँ पर मैं लॉयर को अफोर्ड कर सकती हूँ, तो लोगों में जागरूकता होनी बहुत ज़रूरी है कि अगर ऐसी सिचुएशन आ जाती है, सो व्हाट इज़ द रिकॉर्स फॉर मी. सो वी हैव लीगल सर्विसेज अथॉरिटी एस्टैब्लिश्ड इन every court in Mumbai, every court in district, every court in state, national level. So if I am not economically, stable or capable enough to hire a lawyer who can, represent me, I have Legal Services Authority. I can reach out to them. I can, ask to give me a legal representation.
Yes.
Through which I can, fight my dispute or, represent myself in the court.
Well, thank you so much.
This is how it works.
Nicely explained दीपाली मैम, क्योंकि आपने वो काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें वैसी बताई हैं जो काफ़ी सारे लोगों को पता ही नहीं होती हैं, स्पेशली जो पुअर पीपल हैं या स्पेशली उनका जो बैकग्राउंड स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं है, एज यू मेंशन्ड स्पेशली. तो अब ये होता है कि अब वेस्ट में तो ऐसा होता है कि आपके पास जैसे ही आपको पुलिस लेके जाती है तो यू एक्चुअली आस्क वन क्वेश्चन, वेयर इज माय लॉयर.
यस.
यहाँ पर स्पेशली आपको पता नहीं होता है, पता है तो कई बार लोग हिम्मत नहीं करते हैं उससे बात करने की, खासकर पुलिस ऑफिसर्स के साथ. तो ये बहुत अच्छा है कि उनको इसके बारे में पता होना चाहिए, जो पता चल भी रहा है. एंड थैंक्स टू यू अबाउट दैट. ओके, व्हाट इज द सिग्निफिकेंस ऑफ दिस कमेटी फॉर स्कूल ऑफ लॉ?
Well, this is very important part actually. I would like to shed some light on that. Until 2021, Legal Services Authority was on a very low scale, when it comes to awareness. Again, when it comes to School of Law.
Yes.
2021 तक पोस्ट कोविड ये जो लीगल सर्विसेज अथॉरिटी, अगर मैं मुंबई डिस्ट्रिक्ट या मुंबई की बात करूँ तो इफ आई कंपेयर इट विथ माय प्रीवियस एक्सपीरियंस when I was in another, other institution working as an assistant professor, from there I got this exposure where law colleges, legal institutions plays a very important role in creating awareness.
Yes.
So Honorable Judge Hitendra Vani, he was the person who brought up this idea where schools and colleges, law colleges can be made part of this, and they can play a very important vital role in creating awareness amongst the society. So wherein he started with a project, he gave a schedule of a couple of months, and this project was assigned to each and every law colleges in India.
Oh, great. Nice.
And where maximum contribution was expected from each and every law college. So I happened to be part of such institution wherein we were about to, we were literally amongst top colleges. I was associated with one of the SNDT University's college, KG Shah Law School, in my previous experience, if I have to mention. So there we literally had, visits to orphanage. We had visits to old age homes. We had visits to physically disabled people. Those institutions, we got collaborated with NGOs where, awareness again, was the main motive.
Yes, definitely.
The same thing which I thought ki it should be, brought in our School of Law.
Schools of Law.
D.Y. Patil School of Law. So this is something which is very, interesting part, and it stands as one of the USP for School of Law, because of course we do conduct many activities in School of Law, but when it comes to ground level, this legal aid committee or, working with society hand in hand, getting collaborated activities with NGOs and other institutions, it gives exposure to our students and giving them a different,
especially different perspective. Yes,
thank you,
definitely.
yes.
About the society.
Correct.
And actually you are helping also them. They don't know about that. Especially.
Yes.
So that is actually very well work. It's actually noble work.
Thank you so much. So this is what it helps in, School of Law to gain for our students basically.
Okay, great. Nicely explained, ma'am, about that. Okay, what are the activities conducted by FOR and what are the upcoming events?
Yes, so under this committee, we also have established a research center called as Center for Clinical Legal Research.
Clinical Legal Research, oh yes.
So under this research center, again was the proposal made from my end to our beloved director, ma'am, Dr. Karuna Malviya, ma'am.
Oh yes.
And that project is all about prison reforms. So when I say prison reforms, जो prison manual आज चल रहा है, जो jails में, जो under trials हैं.
Oh yes.
So उसमें काफी सुधार की जरूरत है.
Yes.
There was a time where we were still following the manual which was made during British era. Yes.
Before the independence.
Absolutely right. That was even till past, a couple of decades. Later it was, reformed and reframed. But this project is all about how diligently are we following those manuals when it comes to prison. Prisoners, rights of prisoners.
Yes.
Even our constitution supports and says that even the prisoner should be given equal representative rights.
Yes, definitely.
So the prison manual also states many other things when it comes to their right to health, right to medical aid, right to legal representation and many other things. So we have taken up this project where we will be, visiting the prisons at least in the city, across the city. We have formed groups of around 30 students, and we are planning to have the visits to those prisons. Of course, it is subject to the permission of those jail authorities.
Yes.
And where we can expect, to get an opportunity to have interaction with the jail authorities, jail superintendents, so that we get the data what we are expecting for.
एक्चुअली अक्षय खन्ना मेंशन्ड स्पेशली इन आर्टिकल 375 के एक अगर एक्यूज्ड है तो एक्यूज्ड का भी लीगली और कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल एक राइट है कि उसको रिप्रेजेंट किया जाए ढंग से.
Yes. Moreover, in past we also had POXO awareness program. That was a one-day program which was conducted on 25th of August 2023, the very recent past. So the highlights of that activity or that awareness program was we had invited schools, principals, teachers, admin staff, also few parents were part of it, and of course our students were by default the participants. When it comes to POXO, means protection of children from sexual offences. And
yes.
It is very evident, there are coming so many cases where children are subjected to sexual exploitation when it comes to school, because school is the place where a child is away from his home or her home.
Yes, definitely.
For a longer period of time. So in that case, protection comes from school itself. I mean, it should be, explained to the children what are good touch,
what are the bad touch especially.
And in this program, we had Prerna, one of the NGO, Prerna Foundation, who works for child trafficking, for curtailing the child trafficking in city and across the country, of course. And there are landmark judgments for them, for which this Prerna Foundation was one of the party. So in that case, Preeti Patkar, who is the founder member of Prerna Foundation, she was one of the keynote speaker, and she was also accompanied by a couple of legal aid services lawyers who represents the victim part or the victim side. Also, we had police cops invited as a keynote speaker, and also we had our director ma'am, who gave an overview on this entire POXO Act and its awareness. So it was one of the successful event. Further, we also have we conducted National Green Tribunal visit, that is this NGT visit, this particular court, National Green Tribunal, that works for environmental protection.
Nice.
So it is again important factor when it comes to environmental protection.
Definitely, स्पेशली जो पिछले साल की अगर बात करें या 1-2 साल पहले की जो हमने आरे मिल कॉलोनी में वो पूरा एक केस देखा था, स्पेशली कि आप सारे के सारे जब पेड़ पौधे काटे तो इन द एक्चुअली अ वेरी वास्ट एरिया, स्पेशली दैट एरिया इन द